Hedberg could just go on for days. He had so much fucking material, man. That guy wrote constantly. He was always writing till the end. In the end, you know, the drugs got to him. Obviously, they killed him. But he was that's a non sequitur style. That's the hardest style of comedy. You say one thing, and then you say something totally unrelated to the next joke, and the next joke's totally unrelated.
No sequencing or...
No, man. And you know, it's all...
Segues, I'm sorry.
No
is the word. I was
segues.
like, sequencing.
Yeah.
That's an album.
But sequencing, too, it's like they don't fit in together in any way, shape, or form. They're just total non sequiturs. Just here's a funny thing I thought of. Here's another funny thing I thought of. You know, and but his style was so unique. Just the way he delivered things was so unique. He was funny just talking about nothing, like talking about anything. One of my favorite jokes of his, he goes, somebody asked me if I want a frozen banana. I said no, but I want a regular banana later, so yes.
My friend asked me if I wanted a frozen banana. I said no, but I want a regular banana later, so yeah.
That's just such a silly joke, but it's such a great joke.
That's a stoner joke, for
Oh,
sure.
man, all day. He's got like one of the best. His albums are some of the best stoner material of all time. Maybe the best.
And,
What's the best kind of comedy, in my opinion?
It's just like, you know,
you have,
it's who I am, so.
Funny, silly comedy. You know, it's the real shit. You know, it's the best stuff.
But there's some great theater acts. I mean, like Louis Black and Mitch Hedberg. I toured with those two guys, and both of them I thought were like very theater friendly. Very like they worked really good in a big room.
Yeah, Hedberg was great in a small room too, man.
Yeah,
Hedberg
he was just great all the time.
He had one
personally.
of the weirdest acts ever, man.
He had a crazy following too, man. His people, wow, they were like, this was before all the media shit.
Yeah,
basically.
they figured out how to get in touch with each other,
like
and they would come
with
to
these kids, man.
Yeah, he would have been fucking huge if he stayed alive. Just
I can only imagine the jokes that he would have had.
Yeah,
you know, like because he was probably the most prolific guy I ever met. In terms of clean comedy too.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
He never had to go that thing like, oh, I'm doing Letterman. I gotta
never
take out the fuck in this show. It's like he's always clean. You know.
Yeah, if he had fuck, it was rare. He had like one fuck every 15 minutes or something.
And he was always
and he didn't need it. He was just fuck, man.
That's who he was.
Yeah,
he would have broke Twitter.
Oh, he would have crushed.
Oh yeah.
No one would have been able to fuck with him. Yeah. Twitter was written for the way his jokes were.
His jokes are so tweetable.
Someone said, "Do you want a frozen banana?" I said, "No, but I want a regular banana later." So yes. It's like his style was so weird, man. And then there was a bunch of dudes who started sounding like him.
There's a lot of people sound like his cadence.
There's a lot of Doug stand-ups.
There's a lot of Attel babies out there too. By the way,
what can you do? You know,
there's a lot of guys.
Hey,
talk like you.
But you know
does that weird you out when you hear somebody up there doing you? Because I know you've seen it.
Yeah, I see it, but I you know, I'm so like I'm like a joke whore. Like it's really all about jokes. That like if they're gonna do the cadence, I'll do a different cadence because I can you know
your cadence is whatever you want it to be.
You know,
you could change it.
Yeah,
it's just what you have confidence in, right?
Yeah, it's really about like the joke. Like if they're doing like my cadence with a joke that's kind of like mine, then I'm like, dude, you know, wait till the next week when I'm not here.
So one quick Mitch Hedberg story. So I opened up for Mitch Hedberg like 22 years ago, and he comes up to me after the show and he goes, "Hey Artie, man, you're a fat guy." I go, "That's what he said." I go, "I could lose a couple, but what are you talking about?" He goes, "I wrote a joke that I can't do because I'm not fat, but I'll give it to you." I go, "All right." He goes, "You know when you're a kid and they tell you to wait a half an hour after you eat before you go swimming?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "You should say you've never been swimming because it's never been more than a half an hour since you last ate." And I go, "That's a great joke. Can I can have that joke?" He goes, "Yeah." So then he comes back and he was smoking a lot of weed. So he comes back totally serious. He goes, "Hey man, you're right. That is a good joke. I'll make you a deal. If I gain like 100 pounds before you do that on TV, I get the joke." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So cut to like a month later. I'm with Norm Macdonald having dinner with people. And Norm does that joke about me. He goes, "Hey man, it's Artie's never been swimming. It's never more than a half an hour since he last ate." I'm like, "Where the fuck did you hear that joke?" He goes, "I heard a fat guy do it at the Comedy Store." I go, "Really?" So I see Mitch 2 weeks later. I go, "Mitch, what the fuck, bro? You gave me that joke. Norm said he saw a fat guy do it at the Comedy Store." So he's all fucked up and he goes, "Hey, Artie, man, you know, listen, I'm sorry. You know, I get fucked up a lot. I forget shit. I probably gave that to a lot of fat guys."
He was the weirdest joke writer ever because it was all silly non sequiturs.
Yeah.
Everything was a non sequitur. No bits transferred into other
Just
bits.
joke.
joke.
It's great to watch Mitch. Like I get such a kick out of watching him now. Do a set where he starts off bombing. Like he'll tell a joke and the audience doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And he'll go like, "Okay, you guys don't like me yet. I'll keep trying." And then he gets them. And then the first big laugh he gets, he's like a little kid. He goes, "Yeah."
He was my favorite to listen to. I listened to his album on the way to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Because LAX traffic's so horrible.
And he just
but it was
laughed.
so silly.
Yeah, it's silly, and smart at the same
Yeah,
time.
smart and silly. One of my favorite jokes ever is somebody said, "Do you want a frozen banana?" I said, "No, but I want a regular banana later, so yes." It's such a fucking ridiculous joke.
It's perfect.
It's so ridiculous.
Well, he did a joke once. He did this joke on TV somewhere, and you can almost tell he paused before he did it because he got in a lot of trouble. He goes, my FedEx man is a drug dealer, and he doesn't know it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like fucking, you know. Or how about like, I used to do drugs. I still do drugs, but I used to too.
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Well, the crazy thing about him is he would do, an hour, 10 minutes of that. Like, how the fuck do you remember what you said and don't say when you're on heroin?
No. Well, that's the thing. I forget shit all the time. Like I said, I bet on the other team.
Yes.
With the bookie.
Right.
I would bet on the other team.
But he was high when he was doing shows, right?
And at the end, the last time I saw Mitch was 2 weeks before he died at Stern, and then I went to go see him at Caroline's, and it was like you're watching this genius
a shell of who he used to be.
literally a shell.
Yeah.
Like he was taking drugs from people in the audience, pills. I took a birth control pill once because I thought it was a Vicodin. Some woman gave me a pill.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't have the baby. It worked. But he would scratching at the walls and shit. I'll give you one more quick Norm thing. So when Dirty Work came out, it got awful reviews. And the reviewer in my hometown paper said, Artie Lange has all the charm of a date rapist. That's what it said. Okay. So Norm goes like this. He goes, "Hey, man, that's fucking great." I go, "Why?" He goes, "A date rapist has to have way more charm than a regular rapist." And that made me feel better.
Really? When I was in LA, I moved a couple times. I moved to Sierra Bonita here in West Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
And I move into this shitty building, and the guy goes, and this is before anybody who knew Mitch was, or he goes, "You're a comedian, huh?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, there's a stand-up comedian that lives right next to you." And I go, "Well, what's his name?" He goes, "I don't know, Mitch something or whatever." And I'm like, I never fucking heard of him. And then, about, I'd say a month and a half later, 2 months later, I'm watching TV. I was on the road somewhere, and my neighbor's on Letterman, and I go, "This guy's as funny as anybody I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Yeah.
This guy lives next to me." And then he did a joke about me because I used to bang on his wall.
That's hilarious.
He used to play guitar, or his wife or his girlfriend did. They used to have these sing-alongs and shit, and I'd bang on the wall and I go, "Shut the fuck up." And
All right, everybody. This would be fun. I used to live here in Los Angeles on Sierra Bonita, and I had an apartment, and I had a neighbor, and whenever he would knock on my wall, I knew he wanted me to turn my music down, and that made me angry because I like loud music. So when he knocked on the wall, I'd mess with his head. I'd say, "Go around." I cannot open the wall. I don't know if you have a doorknob on the other side, but over here there's nothing. It's just flat.
shut the fuck up. and
Lynn Shawcroft.
Yeah, so Zoe from the Improv
Zoe
came
Friedman?
up to, yeah, she was in New York one night. She goes, she was there to help Mitch put his Letterman set. She goes, you know, he has a bit. It says Dipaolo on the napkin. It says Dipaolo on the napkin. And that's the bit about me banging on the wall. And he goes, there's no doorknob. Come around. There's something about the door opening or the wall opening. But I go, and I love that guy.
He's banging on the wall. There's no doorknob.
I'm trying to watch a football game, and they're doing sing-alongs.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And I felt so bad. I got him. I remember leaving him a case of Heineken or something.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. That's funny, man.